Happy Wednesday. Is it a week from tonight? It's Christmas Eve, right? La 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 la.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, time flies. Time flies. Tonight, Trump, big Oval Office, 8 p.m. 7-hour time.
We are going to carry that.
We're going to carry it live. We're going to do it live. I don't know. Would you say hour and a half speech, but it could have been done in 30 minutes?
It'll be, I think if you looked at the sheet, you could time it out to 30 minutes, but it'll be an hour and a half.
My guess is, and this is just a guess, I think it's a fair guess, he's going to talk only about the economy, how great everything is, where we're going. That's kind of what's going to happen. I mean, I don't foresee him going, hey, we're going to go into Venezuela. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to, go after anything other. He'll go after the Democrats, but I think it's mostly going to be how bad Biden was. Biden was awful, left us the worst economy. Cannibalism was on the rise, but I stopped it. Is that kind of stuff.
Well, he can't really advance any info on Venezuela, otherwise they'll hide the bananas before we get in there.
It doesn't matter. He already does that, right? Remember he told him the CIA is going to come in and get you. He's like, they're like, stop. We're supposed to be kind of clandestine. Clandestine?
Clandestine?
You're out there telling us. We normally don't like to, the heads up, move forward. We're coming to get you.
It's not good strategery.
It's not strategery, man.
The CIA does not want you knowing what they've done. That way you can't prove that they burned all the records after the fact.
Yeah. They don't keep good records. FBI does. So I think it's going to be that. The question is, does he have a board? Does he bring a board out with him? Like one of those things and have somebody stand there and just kind of point?
I don't know. That's not his style.
He's done that before.
Has he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Was it Stephen Moore when he had him bring out here? It's like, before it was down here, now it's up here. And it's just like, what are you talking? Oh, flip it.
Mr. President, that's unemployment. Oh, sorry.
That's fantastic. By the way, unemployment. This is what you guys should think about unemployment, right? We talk about all the, it's like, it's the greatest economy of all time. Other people are going to tell everybody all the things they want to hear. This is something you should pay attention to. The jobless rates for Black Americans, 8.3, highest since August 2021. Okay? For teens, and this is like 16 to 24, this young adults, it's up big time, 16.3. Go look around the world right now and look at the Gen Z revolution that is taking place. Young people who are angry and pissed and feel like they have nothing in front of them that they're going to be able to, take a hold of and run with because they feel like that the world is, they were sold a bill of goods and now they've got nothing. They're going to be not happy about it. And they make changes. They will. So he's got to address those things. And the affordability has to be absolutely addressed. This is a GOP lawmaker. And he is unhappy. He's got another one where he's cursing, but I'm not going to play that because some of you guys will be like, oh my God, and they'll grab your pearls and clutch them. But Lawler here, GOP rep, Mike Lawler, talking about he's not happy about the Affordable Care Act and the subsidies going away. He's not happy because he sees what's coming, which is a blue wave next year.
Tonight, what do you want him to say to calm the concerns of your constituents?
Well, look, I'm sure he's going to highlight the work that the administration and Congress have done throughout the course of this year. But the focus has to be on affordability, from housing, where we're 8.5 million units underbuilt, to health care, where premiums continue to rise because Obamacare failed, to energy prices. We're working on permitting reform and how we can bring down energy costs. There needs to be a focus on the affordability agenda of the administration and Congress as we head into the new year. Obviously, the Working Families Tax Cut bill will take effect immediately next year. So when people go to file in April, they will see a massive tax cut, including in New York, where the average New Yorker will see a $4,000 tax cut because of my work to lift the cap on salt with many of my New York colleagues. So I'm sure the president will focus heavily on that, and that is exactly what my constituents want to hear about.
Congressman Mike Lawler, Republican of New York, thank you so much for being.
So you've got to address it. You have to address the rising cost of life. And one of those things is arguably outside of your home and a few other things is health care. And letting the subsidies expire, okay, whatever. I'm not going to sit here. I mean, Mike Johnson has a plan. I don't know what it is. I don't think he does. Okay, so you let them expire. Now what? Somebody said earlier, the Democrats, they text in, they won't allow the Republicans to do their plan. Well, what's their plan? Has anybody seen their plan outside of giving everybody anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 to put into your HSA account, which you can't spend on premiums?
And which would only cause more inflation.
Yeah. So what exactly? Well, it's transferring. We want to have, they always say the same thing, right? 15 years. 15 years, they say the same thing. We want competition. Okay, well, where's that going to happen? Because to have competition the way that you're talking about, you need to federally take over this because states have their own rules, laws. Nobody's going to cross state lines. They've offered that up. By the way, you can do that now. There are several states that they can go cross state lines. The other states won't allow it. And no state has taken anybody up on this. So tell me again what the plan is. This is Chip Roy of the Fighting Chip Roys, not to be confused with Chocolate Chip.
And now we're sitting here and we're listening to nonsense about health care, where my colleagues on the other side of the aisle sit here saying, well, you guys aren't doing anything about the massive expensive cost of health care. Why do you think it's expensive? Because you literally cut a deal with insurance companies to run health care. You think that's going to run wild? Yeah. That's why they have 2,000% profit increases, and the American people can't afford to go to the doctor of their choice while we enrich insurance companies. And yet Republicans will complain about it, and then they'll offer milquetoast garbage like we're offering this week, and then go home at Christmas and say, look at what we're doing. We're campaigning on reducing health care. Well, congratulations. At some point, people will look at this body and say, maybe we should get rid of all 435 members of the House and all 100 members of the Senate and start over, because Congress is literally failing the American people. I yield back.
That right there is, it's hard to argue against that. How do you argue against that right there? You allowed the insurance companies to come in and craft this. So they went and they crafted it. By the way, Republicans, you guys can act, but you guys have taken a ton of money from the industry as well. I mean, remember we were talking about weed here, and they kept saying, well, we have to ask the pharmaceutical companies how it's you guys have all taken it. Don't just think it's the insurance companies. Understand, when we talk healthcare, it's the people who make the equipment. It's doctors groups. It is these large corporations that buy hospitals and they shore up monopolies. Where if you're a doctor and you say, you know what, I don't want to work with these companies anymore, I don't want to do anything, I want to go out on my own, well, you can't be within 100 miles of that hospital because this group has a contract with them. So there are so many things. And you know what? Where that happens? Government. That's where that happens. So it is frustrating for a lot of people because the cost is, several of you have chimed in and you were honest enough to say, look, we're going to roll the dice, Chad. The premiums, we're small business. Premiums are just way too much. Because that's what we're talking about here. Everybody's talking about we're talking about payments. It's like the car thing we always go back to. When you go in and you look at the car you always want, you want to know how much is the monthly payment. It's the same thing here. And the deductibles. Somebody said, look, my not only did my payment go up, but my deductible went from $7,000 to $10,000. But we're going to give you $1,000 HSA. Huh? What do you think of that? And Mike Johnson runs around and says, well, this is only for 7% of Americans. That doesn't fix the... Okay, great. That doesn't fix the problem. You're absolutely right. Now, what's your fix? Oh, and by the way, if you think it doesn't have an effect on the other 7%, when you shrink the pool of healthy people, meaning the people that really need this and will do anything to stay on it, will work 9 jobs to make sure that they're covered, guess what? That pool becomes unhealthier, so now you have to spread everything around. Everybody else has got to take the load. I want to know what a plan is. 15 years. 15 years. Your best bet, extend the subsidies as much as it sucks. Yes, we get it. Obamacare sucks, blah, 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 blah. We all get it for a year. Then try to come up with a plan. And you put it in the Democrats. Make all of them vote no. It's either our way or the highway. Make the Democrats vote no. You vote no now. We're going to kick it out for a year. We're going to really negotiate. We're going to come up with a bipartisan plan as a group. Our names are all going to be on this. You have to vote no now. And if they vote no, you can say, you guys, we wanted to extend it for a year. We wanted to bring them in. Make it absolutely in their court, and it's up to them to say no. Because if they say no, you're off the hook. But if you say, no, we're not going to do it, we're going to come up with some other plan or whatever it is, go ahead. But this is on you now, because now you're the chef in the kitchen. This is your menu. You can't blame the guy that was here last time. It's frustrating because they've broken so many things, and I'm with him. I think they should fire all of them. All 535 of you out. Marco, you got to do all these jobs.
The problem, though, is you're going to get rid of 535. Then you're going to bring in 535 that within the first 6 months are going to become just as bad as the previous 535.
Yeah. It's so bought. So, and Republicans, you guys have been bought as much as anybody else. So let's not, pretend that you haven't been. You've been bought so much. It is frustrating, and you've got to address it. But if you put it into their court, you get them on the record saying no. If it goes sideways, you said we wanted to extend it for a year. They wanted 3 years. We couldn't even come up with a compromise of a year so we could try to fix it.
Or you offer 1 year, they ask for 3, and you go, you know what, meet in the middle, 18 months.
But the goal is about, if you're the Republicans, holding serve, keeping your power when it comes to the Senate and the House. I don't think you're going to win the House. If I had to put money on everything today, I don't think you're going to win the House. You're going to have too many retirements, too many people stepping away, too many people are frustrated. I don't think you're going to win. I don't think you're going to hold serve. I think you will in the Senate, barring something crazy. But don't make it harder for yourselves. Right? Like, you just don't. Every once in a while, you have to go, you know what? I'm not going to make this harder on my life. Let's make this easier. All right, coming up, a White Woman Wednesday, because we can. That's what we do. We got a lady, Jess, who wants to tell us, she's going to explain to us why chic, that's a new thing that's out there on the internet and a lot of other places. My kids have talked about it. How it's white supremacy or something. Because, it always is, right? Everything's white supremacy. Jeff Benson, Super Talk 987. Rocking out. Chic. They were a band, right? Who was?
Nile Rodgers.
Nile Rodgers, that's right. Chic. This is not the Chic we're talking about. This is Jess. I sent you guys the video of Jess dancing. Did you guys see that?
No.
She danced like she's wearing an I Dream of Jeannie.
Did you send it on Instagram?
Yeah,
on the group account?
Yeah.
Group.
Oh, yeah,
chat?
she's going to catch a cold.
There's also that.
I'm pretty sure, though, that she probably has an issue with the band Chic, too, and I'm sure she considers Niles a white supremacist.
Well, of course, Nile is a white supremacist. But she's going to tell us about Chic. Now, remember, this is about style. right? Like it's the holiday season. It's about style. This is the new thing on the old interwebs.
Things I find incredibly unchic. Who cares? But also this whole discourse around chicness, I think is really just a reflection of our society turning towards more conservative ideology. Because really the most popular things I hear mentioned in these things I find chic videos can all be described in one word, and it's sanitized. It feels like a rejection of personal style. It's beige, it's really white. I feel like we're seeing it everywhere, even in rebrands like Abercrombie, which I mean, I'm eating it up, so no hate. And even like the discourse around the Boy Smells rebrand. Sad beige nurseries, the clean girl aesthetic. I feel like it plays into this larger cultural messaging about not being too much, too loud, too feminine, too black, too queer. It's stripping everyone of personal expression in favor of this very conservative performance of gender.
Shut up.
Because what I love is somebody who's going to lecture everybody about, you know, all the things, the poor, all of this stuff. And by the way, let me throw out chic, right? The kids out there who are struggling because they're a single, you know, parent home, their mom's working 2 jobs. Let me tell you, I'm going to help you. Chic. They're like, the band? Not the band.
It actually reminds me a lot of one of the endings of Cabaret, the music.
Which also is another thing. When poor people, do you guys remember Cabaret? No? Well, you're not chic.
Oh, you had to have seen it on Broadway, too.
Yeah, not the local play Cabaret. Which, by the way, if some of these places you're listening right now, maybe you have a cabaret near you and it's not quite the cabaret we're talking about.
Through Act 1, the Kit Kat Club dancers and the MC are all really provocative, campy, flashy, playing with gender, playing with sexuality. Then throughout the performance, the MC becomes more and more sterilized. And then in the final scene, the cast of characters all show up in beige suits. It's meant to symbolize the rise and acceptance of fascism in Berlin. And I feel like I see that reflected in this obsession with chicness that is yet so devoid of style. I feel like it's such a reflection of the current political climate because ultimately individuality is threatening to the regime and they don't even gotta say it because we have content creators on here doing their bidding for them.
Well, who the hell is she? She's not doing bidding?
No, remember, everybody who does their bidding, you guys understand this, right? So when you're doing the bidding, you're the right person doing the bidding. That's what the white women do, guys. That's it. That's what the white women do. They want to tell you, chic. You're chic. The freak. Now Rogers, he's been on everything, hasn't he? That guy's been on all kinds of stuff.
You produced Let's Dance by Bowie and got Stevie Ray Vaughan to play the solo.
He knew what he was doing. I saw him. He just did one of those tiny desk concerts.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
What stuff was he playing?
Oh, God.
Was it just like his music or was it stuff he had produced?
No, I think it was everything. It's if you guys have not seen the Tiny Desk concerts, they're kind of funny. They are I did a Tiny Desk concert. It was from the other day. They played I'm Coming Out, Good Times, Let's Dance, Get Lucky, and there's really something funny that they did that was a ridiculous song that I think it ended up being a commercial more than anything else, or like in a movie, and they did it. Like, he didn't know they were going to do it. The rest of the band started doing it, and it was hilarious. But yeah, if you've never seen a Tiny Desk, they're kind of funny. So they're in like a room smaller than this, and it's like the whole band.
Well, and if it's somebody that's really big, it's actually kind of cool to see like a superstar playing their music on acoustic guitar, in a little spot like that.
Adele done it. She did it. I just saw Dua Lipa do it. But it's so fun. It's like going into your boss's office, a little small office, and there's just junk laying around and people just doing a concert. It's pretty awesome. All right, coming up, One Hit Wonder Wednesday. Got some of your text messages as well on why we do the show the way we do. Everybody wants to tell us, and I'll tell you why we do it, because we're fun. That's why. We're having a conversation. We enjoy doing that. But the One Hit Wonder, so this is awesome. Mine is a Christmas theme because I recognize it's Christmas time. Bell is always something out of, whatever Bell University's in.
Mine's an ABBA theme.
Always an ABBA. Everything is ABBA. And Ken surprised us all with his. So be prepared, kids. That's Straight Edge. Benson. Super Town 99.7.
I got to go.
Have a good show. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, young Matt's here. What's happening, brother?
Hello,
everybody.
Mr. Chad.
Thank you so much for the tell everybody.
I will tell
much.
E. She's responsible for those things, except for the delicious hot. Well, I guess she's responsible for those too because somehow they got to our house, and I wanted them out. Those little holiday trees, they're the devil.
They are
all
the
of
devil.
that's the devil.
There were several of those last week at our toy field, and if you eat enough of them, you can't get across the field.
There's no question about it. It's that time of year. It's official. It's shovel it in and don't worry about it until January time of year.
Normally, I wouldn't have 9 Reese's peanut butter Christmas trees, but I think I will now because of the holidays.
You know, I mean, why not?
Yeah, we're close to our New Year's resolutions. That
Everybody's
we'll break by
doing
on
it.
the 3rd. What's happening, man? What are you talking about today?
What is going on, Chad? I don't know. What's happening? Are we at war with Venezuela yet? That's the question.
No. Do you think that's what he's going to talk about tonight?
No, I think he's going to tout the the economic successes that have been over the past year. I think they're trying to tamper down some of the Democrat talking points that the economy is going in the crapper. And I mean, I get that there's different economists saying different things about what 2026 will bring. I think it's and maybe he'll go there on the Venezuela front. I mean, I expected some sort of movement after he announced it, if that's what he was going to do. And then they announced a blockade.
Yeah, well, because it's weird. It's not a full blockade. It's only for oil. Because if he was to do a full blockade, you have to go and declare war.
Right.
And he's not going to do that. So.
And he's not doing that. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, it's a primetime deal, so you would expect it to be a pretty big deal. I wouldn't expect you would do some primetime speech and just say, hey, the economy's great, and this is what we're doing with it. Maybe there's an announcement on healthcare. I don't know. Although Mike Johnson said today that they're not moving on, pushing the subsidies down, kicking the can down the road.
So because they've got a plan. Did you hear the Chip Roy just tearing to both sides, talking about how milquetoast the Republicans have no plan. Everything is milquetoast. We're not offering anybody anything. I thought that was
any plan involving the government's not going to work.
No, but the problem is the government's never going. When's the last time government's like, you know what, guys, we're going to leave you to it.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah,
because people, when you start taking over certain aspects of people's lives, that comes with future expectations.
Yes.
People start expecting. I mean, one of the reasons that we saw people melt down with a 30-day government shutdown was because of food stamps. And the reason that so many people melted down, I do not believe it's because so many people are absolutely dependent on food stamps. I believe it's because a significant portion of the population has come to a point where they expect them.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's and again, every time the government gets involved in something, for them it's another revenue stream at some point or other for them, the lobbyists, to come in and do good things.
Yeah, so, I mean, when it comes to healthcare, we're at a point where we either may as well just go all in and have and significantly decrease the quality of American healthcare for the purpose of making it free for everybody, or we get out and let the free market take over.
The problem is we have 50 different mini countries, and that's a hard problem with the free market. And
I agree.
The monopolies come in, and so then you can't do.
It's what and you just nailed it, Chad. It's what frustrates me when people try to compare us to other nations. It is a very difficult comparison because we have 50 different setups.
Yeah.
But those 50 different setups have to be good for everybody because we have freedom of movement, and you can move from this state to that state. And if the setups change, the healthcare has to remain the same, and it's insanely complex.
It is complex. Well, and you know what? That means more money, baby. What else are you talking about today besides the big speech?
We'll do some local news. I'm sure you heard about Mr. Self. Did you guys talk about Mr. Self?
No.
In Wilson County?
No.
Who is a soon-to-be former Board of Education member.
Oh, yeah. Well, because of the thing.
Yeah. Is it? I'm just